Akashi.
아저씨 이게 뭐야?
안녕.
So today we are going to be reviewing Running Man episode 466. And if you guys like these videos and would like to see them more, go ahead and click thumbs up and also subscribe to see more of it coming every week of Running Man.
Always remember, ring that bell for notifications so when we put it up, you guys can get notified about it.
Yeah. So today's Running Man episode is called the Deity of Light and Darkness and the Prophet. And this week's Running Man member, we have the guest, which is Sunny from Girls' Generation, Kim Ye-won, and Jang Ye-won. So they are joining Running Man for this week, and this week's episode also continue on to next week, which is next week, which is half of it, and then the other half will be Running Man's fan meeting, 9th anniversary fan meeting showing. So yes, even though we didn't get to see videos from it, we only see some picture and little interviews.
Showing.
Yeah, it was private showing because it was actually filming for an episode of it. So that's why there was like no video of anything. So we barely got to see anything of it besides pictures and some of their interviews and stuff like that. So we will be getting to see that. And apparently from what the news said and stuff like that, Running Man's fan meeting will probably show next week, half of next week, and then the next week too.
Yes.
So yeah, it'll be episodes to show us. So for this episode, they started off by because it's going to be a couple race, they started off by picking their female who they get to be with. And so the female, both Ji-hyo and Sungmin will also be included with these 4 female, and they're all going to be in couples. So beforehand, the women had met in private, and they have to pretty much paint their face on a pillow, and then the men will have to pick the pillow and then to see who they get. Yes. But the female can also reject them, or the male can also reject them, and they have to, like, you know, more so the female can reject them, and so they have to go through the process of picking for your partner and everything. So we got like some smudgy ones, some scary one. One of them had like red lipstick on it.
Pretty scary.
Some were just scary and all
One
this
of them likes gin.
And then, but the thing is that they don't know that which one is Sungmin or which one is Ji-hyo.
Yes.
So,
and Ji-hyo did a smart thing because Ji-hyo put on extra makeup.
Yeah, so she reapplied foundation on, so hers was like extra.
Yeah, so it'll confuse the members because the members know that Ji-hyo doesn't put on a lot of makeup.
Yeah. So what is it? The one that came out was actually Sunny, and she got Kim Jong-kook. And then what is it? The second one was
was that
Kim
Ye-won? The one that acted with Kwanzaa?
Yeah, I think it's Kim Ye-won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I think it's Jang Ye-won. Yeah, Kim is the announcer.
Look real quick, I don't want to get mixed up.
Kim Ye-won is the actress. Okay, so Kim Ye-won came out and nobody picked her pillow, so she has to go stay on the side. And then they decided to put Ji-hyo and Sungmin both in the back, and then Ji-hyo was the third lady that came out, and she got Suk-jin. Suk-jin picked up her pillow, and then the fourth lady came out was Sunmi, and she got Haha, which she rejected. She didn't want Haha. And so they decided that there's the 5th girl and the 6th girl, and like Kwon-soo and Subsep, they both picked pillow number 6. So they were kind of like, oh, hopefully it's not Sungmin. The door opens and both girls come out, and it's Jang Ye-won and Sungmin. And then she goes, Jang Ye-won said that Jae-soo picked her pillow instead. So both Subsep and Kwon-soo got Sungmin. And they have to win to see who gets her. So they were like, we have to win her. Like they're like, we have to win for her. So they end up having to sing for her, and then she told them to do Like Sessa was just like singing it half-hearted. Kwon was just like da da da. They're like, hey, she might pick you. So they end up doing rock paper scissors. Who wins gets Seomin, and Sessa ended up winning. And Sessa was like, yes, he thought he won. Pick. Oh, I get her. And she's like, oh, I'm so happy you guys are fighting for me.
He kicked the pillow.
Blew up the cafe. And then they go through a whole trial of like picking their girls and everything like that, going through all of it and all this stuff like that. And like, Kwon was like the spotlight for it. And then it kept going on and on. And then there's the three ladies, Kim Ye-won and Seomin both wants Kwon rejecting them. And then Jang Ye-won wanted Kim Jung-kook, but Kim Jung-kook's picked Sunny. He stuck with Sunny. He didn't reject her. She didn't reject him. And then Ji-hee was like, "That dude, like I want you to." And she started doing all these things. And because Sunny called Kim Jung-kook, "You're my dream guy," Seomin decides to go to Seth and go, "You're my dream guy." And Seth's like, "Girl, like stop it." And then Ji started doing that to Kim Jung-kook. And eventually, they all sorted out into their teams. So we got Team Yellow, which is Jae-suk and Kim Ye-won. And then Team Black, which is Haha and Jang Ye-won. And then Team Turquoise is Ji Suk-jin and Sung Ji-hyo. Team Purple is Kim Jung-kook and Sunny. And then Team like this kind of like teal sky blue is Kwon-soo and Sunmi. And Team White is Seomin and Sep. So they go on and they're told that there's like, they have to identify the deity of light and the deity of darkness and the prophet. So let's see, the prophet, the dark is trying to eliminate the light.
No, trying to eliminate the prophet.
Oh, trying to eliminate the prophet.
The light's supposed to protect the prophet.
So the light has transformed itself into like human to blend in to try to protect the prophet. So they have to find out who is the dark, who is the light, and who is the prophet. And they cannot eliminate the prophet, because if they eliminate the prophet, they pretty much eliminate. So they have to identify who these three are and attack the dark. So that's like what was going on. And so they get split up, and it's going to be like, even though you're a couple race, your member can still be the dark, the light, or the prophet. You don't know.
It's a couple, but then it's like an individual within the couple. So they just make the couple just to kind of make the game harder.
Yeah.
But it's still really an individual battle.
So the first mission they go to is called Telepath Music Q. And so pretty much it's the Hichu game from Knowing Bro with a lot of twists into it and rotating and everything like that. So the females and the male get split up, and they have to, there's a mission they have to complete that mission, and then ask to play which part of the song. And the song gets played for like a second only, and then you cannot answer, even though your partner has to answer. And if your partner gets it right, your partner has to dance to it, and if you complete all that, you get a point. But if someone does the dance better than you, they can steal your point.
Yes.
So like they start off doing that, and like it was first eliminating name tags for the men's, and they end up being the women's eliminating name tags in order to ask to play the song, and they end up stealing shoes. And then
They got crazy.
They end up stealing shoes. Female has to go steal the male shoe, but it cannot be your partner. And then they did the same thing where male has to go steal female shoe, but it cannot be your partner. And they end up being answering poem, doing like random poem, 3-line poems. And so for that round they played Kim Jung-kook and Sunny won first place, and they got hint about the prophet and the dark.
Yes.
So the prophet is not over 50, which rules out Suk-jin. And then the dark has it has something to do with debut 10 years. So it was
Jang
Ye-won, because she was the youngest. She's the announcer, so she was the youngest for that one. And it was Haha and Chung Ye-won also that got the same hint about the dark. And so they went on to the second mission, which was going to be in the bus. So one bus is light, that you will get a hint about light. and then the other bus is dark, which you will get hint about the dark. So they all like rushed in there, and the group got split up. So in the light, we got Kim Ji-kook's team, Haha's team, and Suk-jin's team.
Right.
And then in the dark, we got Jae-suk's team, Kwang-soo's team, and Sub-Seb's team. So they get to play games there, which is speech balloon, and it's the whole speech of when a question is asked, you're supposed to answer in 5 syllable, 4, 3, 2, 1, you know. And so we got to see a little bit of Sub-Seb and Somin.
Their weird love line.
And Sub-Seb goes, hell, I want to get off this bed. Let's go out right now. Can you guys stop the car? And we got, if you are a fan of Jae-suk, you know, Jae-suk's childhood dream is to become Dong Dong.
What's your childhood dream? Dong.
So they play that again for us, and he got to answer that question. But in the black bus, they got the hint. That was the light. No,
light.
It was about the dark.
Oh. Was it?
Yeah, it was the dark. That's why it had the swan.
Right. Which bus you talking about? Jae-suk's or
Jae-suk.
Oh yeah, theirs was.
Oh, I forgot.
Let's see.
Oh, so many read it.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the dark bus, they got the hint that the deity of darkness was not born in the year of the horse. That rules out Suk-jin again and Chang Ye-won. And so they are not any of that. Yeah. And then before they decided to see who gets to keep it, the hint card, and then before they did all that, Somin flipped it over and saw something immediately. She put it back, and then she gave it to Jae-suk then because his team won, but they decided to share it all, and it was actually a white swan with the word saying black swan on there.
So as you guys know, Running Man has this thing about, even though they give clues, there's a clue in a clue.
Yes.
And so this is another one of those episodes of clues in clues. And the thing was, in the front of they never said like, oh, there's nothing on the back. They just give them the card, and then when you win it, you can keep the card. So like on the back, there's different pictures with phrases on it too. So it kind of like gives you an extra hint about who that person is.
Yeah. And then now to the light bus. Kim Ji-kook's team actually won, and they got to keep that paper, and they didn't get to show their side of what they were playing. But
I don't think they noticed.
Yeah, but it didn't show anything, but they shared the hint to everyone, and Kim Ji-kook got to keep the paper, and that one was the light is not in its
it's not in their 20s.
It's not in their 20s. So Sunmi is the only one in her 20s, so she's not the light.
Yes.
She could be the dark, she could be the prophet, we don't know.
Right.
Yeah, and then they went on to the third mission, which is Inner Peace Traffic Light. And here's like the hilarious thing.
Inner Peace.
Actually, we were at the store and we saw the tool they were playing with, like long ago. Probably like 3 weeks ago.
No, even longer than that. It's been months.
Oh yeah, it's been like a month only.
No, it's been months. That has been out for a long time.
Yeah, but we saw that like a month ago only because we saw it with the kids. Yeah. That's when we got the watermelon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we saw it about like a month ago, and it was on the clearance section, and we were like, oh, should we get it, but we ended up getting like other Game Boys and stuff like that. So there's like this new thing of what they do is to test pretty much your heart rate or your brain waves and shit, like stuff like that. So it's attached to your forehead here, and then you wear it around your hand, and it has this little thingy here, and then when your heart rate goes up, this thing goes up too. The light goes up. And so they get to ask each other questions like that. And like we got Jae-suk's team, Kwang-soo, and Sub-Seb on one team, and those are dirty
players in Running Man.
They played their first round. Everybody fell, reached red immediately.
They low blow each other. And these guys,
like when it was,
they just reach for the low blow questions just to intentionally make you lose.
When it was Sunmin immediately asked question, do you like Sub-Seb? Sunmi asked question about Sub-Seb, like if she likes Sub-Seb, immediately went.
She just like kept attacking. Do you like him? Do you like him?
What if I ask him out and it's like, pew? And then when it was Subset, they asked him a question about someone and it didn't move. And
then Kwang Soo immediately was like, "What about the stewardess, your ex-girlfriend, the stewardess?"
And then when it was Kwang Soo, they asked a question about him and his girlfriend. It went pew right up to and like.
Jessica was, Sunmi was like, "Can I take Jiho?"
He's like, "Boo!" He's like, "No, like that's my son."
He's like, "Boom!" And Jessica was like, "Boom!" Instantly.
Yeah, so that team, they were playing so dirty that they had to go a second round or multiple rounds because they kept low blowing each other, throwing things out at each other, and like it kept shooting up, and they couldn't like calm down or anything like that. And then we spoke to the other team. They're at a different restaurant, and so this team is a little bit more easy because they're not dirty players besides Haha. And so they asked like question to Sukjin about his emergency fund that we found out previous episode. His wife asked about it, and he's like, "Yes, she did." And they're like, "Did you give her the money?"
Yes,
And he goes,
I gave her all of it.
And then Sunny goes, "Oh, Oppa, you must have a lot of money, huh?" And it went,
Then are you mad?
And then for Haha, they ask him stuff about like his album that they play. So this week's Burning Man's episode is actually Haha's 40th birthday. So they play stuff of his album called The Game.
Album back in like the 1990s or something.
And so they talked about it, and he's all like, "I'm still upset. It ruined my mood for this today's episode." So it kept like going up because of that. And then when it was Kim Jong-kook, they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be hard, because he's all like, I can control my heart rate."
Yes.
And so they asked question if he liked the Yeewon, and like it kind of went up, but he kind of calmed down, and then he kind of like rejected her and everything. And so she was like, "Oh my god, like I'm so hurt, like you don't like me," And then eventually when the second round came, like Haha got him, and it shot up, and so it's like he does like her.
Ha figured out the questions to ask, because that's the thing about Kim Jong-kook. There are certain questions that you can't, like you ask him, he could defend it because Kim Jong-kook knows how to defend against some of those questions, but then it's like one of those things where Ha knows how Kim Jong-kook is. There's certain questions where when you ask him, it's the type of person he is. And when Ha asked the question about would he take her out to dinner, and
to the
movies, that type of stuff got him because Kim Jong-kook is that type of a guy.
Yeah, so they played all that, and then for the other team, Kwang Soo and Sunmi is the only one that Sunmi is the only one that got the hint, and we didn't really understand the hints for this one. Besides,
there were no subtitles.
Yeah, there was no subtitle for the hint, so we kind of didn't know. But
sorry,
guys. It says something about the deity of dark. It has something to do with the prophet, and it rules out both the Yeewon girls.
Right.
So they're not dark. We know for sure they're not dark, but they could either be the light or the prophet.
Right.
Yeah. So as of now, we know that Yeewon, Sukjin, and Sunmi, and both the Yeewon, Sukjin, and Sunmi are not dark. They can either be light or prophet.
Yeah. No, Sukjin can't be light either. They ruled him out with the.
Yes.
With the horse question, with the year of the horse.
Oh, so Sukjin is not a
So Sukjin's not. I mean, not dark. Sukjin can be the light.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that's
then
the only one he could be.
yeah,
which I think he is.
Yeah, and then there's like another question. So they also receive another hint that has something to do with the light, but it's like Running Man something, and Subset is not it.
Yes.
So Subset is not the light.
Yeah.
So
it could be dark or prophet.
Yeah, and so the other team, they also got the same hint too. So now we're kind of like, the only thing we know, it's like Sukjin, Subset, both the Yeewon girl and Sunmi. It's like they're all like mixed in there, that some are not the dark, some are not the light, some are not the prophet, which they can also either be either or. So it's a little bit tricky because there's actually 3 of them.
Right.
And so
And if you guys remember, there's a picture in the back. Now, I don't know
if the other
team noticed it yet, but then Kwang Soo and Sunmi, they flipped their picture
the one for light.
And the picture shows
for dark,
an ocean and it says something about a beach. It
says the ocean, but it's black.
Yeah.
Yeah, black pada, like a black pada. So it's like the black ocean. So
Right.
it's kind of like it's a hint about the black one, like how the swan was white, but it's this black swan on there. Yes.
Plus, they also stole J6's clue.
And he stuck it in his
And he
butt.
stuck it in his butt crack.
Not his butt crack, but his
But I think
butt.
he just stuck the envelope in it. I think he gave Sunny the actual
Paper, yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? But I think those what it is probably like by collecting these paper, they're not noticing it because these are not Running Man cards. When you pull it out, you see Running Man
Right,
on the
just
back,
R.
logo on the back. But this time, each of them has a picture which they have not noticed. Like Kendra Cook and Sunny has the most, and they have not noticed
Right.
what it is. And now Haha and Chang Ye-won are collecting a lot too, and they have not noticed.
Right.
While this team here, who's been playing dirty, they realized it, and now they're kind of like turning it around
Yeah.
and looking. So it ends it off for the mission number 3 of the Inner Peace traffic light, and they finish
Inner
eating.
Peace.
Kung Fu Panda. And they finish eating, so they're actually going to continue the final mission next week,
Yes.
the first half of next week. So we got to see that. And so since we already stated what the preview is going to be, it's going to be showing us Running Man's 9th anniversary fan meeting. So we're going to get to see that. We're finally going to get to see their dance that they've been practicing so hard
No.
with Leah Kim. And their songs that they've been working so hard on. So
I'm ready for that cringe fest.
I know. So
Especially the rap one.
oh my god, Jihyun was so sad. They're like, oh, he's gonna die.
When she did, they're like, oh yeah,
Oh.
she's not ready for it. Oh yeah, she can't do it.
And band Sorang feat Jisoo, because Seomin is a part of Sorang. Yeah, but we're gonna get to see that next week and finish off the episode for next week. So there's not much for the preview besides of that, and we do have reactions after this, so stay tuned for that. And we will see you guys next week on their fan meeting. We're so excited. So bye.
See you guys. They brought you to you, be like, ah, I know this song.
When it came out and everything. Oh yo, they're attacking Kim Jong-un.
Oh, Toa. Because it's uneven, you have to pick. You have to pick. He punched me. He just threw him. And
He threw it to the car.
$300. They're like, everybody's just gonna do it. They're not doing it. Who does like that? Who does like that? He's like, dude.
Dude, seriously. 숙제 easy. Steal from 숙제.
Everybody else is running. 과수 따오. 과수 지수 따오. 오, 과수 따오. It's over. 과수. Oh, it's falling. Tay một nào kia biết không? 안 돼.
up. This is going up already.
alien. it's falling down.
지원을 저에게 주세요. 지원을 저에게 주세요.
It's the sun.
It's like, hell no.
It's my son.
He gave it to her.
많이 모으셨었어요? 많이 모으셨었어요? 많이 모으셨었어요? 많이 모으셨었어요?
It kills you to think about it.